In this video, I'll be working through the question you see on the screen here from the Maths paper 1-2 from 2024 Cambridge A-Level exams. If you're looking for a different question from this paper, have a look at the playlist that I've linked in the description below. If you're looking for a different paper entirely, have a search on my channel. I'll be doing all this on the whiteboard, hopefully just like you're used to in the classroom. But remember, we're not in the classroom, we're on YouTube, so take advantage of that. Pause, rewind, even watch it at double speed. If you find this video or any of my videos useful, I would greatly appreciate a like, a subscribe, a share, or even a super thanks. In question 2, we're given two equations, y equals x squared and this function here. And we're asked to describe a sequence of transformations that'll get me from this to this. Nowhere does it ask you to draw any of this, but I'm going to draw it. I advise you to draw it as well, but I'm certainly going to draw it to try and explain what's happening, because there's not much maths in this question. It's just a bit of explaining. In fact, we'll end up writing some English on the board. So first, we're starting with this and we want to get here. Let me draw this picture. So we have very roughly, it's not going to try to be accurate, any of this. Very roughly, this is just a U-shaped like that, and it hits at 0, 0 here. So we need to get from this shape to whatever this one's going to be. And so let's start doing things to it. You want to start inside everything, because if I go and play around with the 4 is then playing around with what's in here. So I need to be a bit careful about that. So I'm going to first think about x minus 3. So this function here is just x squared. I'm going to draw that again. I'm going to try and draw x minus 3 squared. And what would that look like? And then we can see the transformation that happens to it. So you can think of this function as the lowest point here is when x is 0. And then when x is positive, it goes up. And when x is negative, because of the square, it goes up. This guy will look the same shape, because really this is something squared. This is something squared. When is that something equal to 0? Well, it's equal to 0 when x is 3. So we'll put in a little 3 here. And other than that, it'll look the same. It will go up when it's bigger than 3, because it'll be positive. It'll go up when it's less than 3, because it'll be negative. So we get that sort of shape here. And we can now start answering the actual question, transformations. Well, this is just a translation to the right. Or we could say to the right is 3, and up and down it goes 0. It goes positive to the right, 3. Or we can write it in English. We could write translation, let me put it in here, translation 3, oh I've run out of room, 3 to right. That's perfectly okay as well. Okay, so we've got from x squared all the way to x minus 3 squared. Let's start doing something else. Let's multiply by 4. And let's draw that again. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get 4 times x minus 3 squared. It's just 4 times bigger than this guy. Multiplying by 4 just means the 0. What's 4 times 0? That's still 0. What's 4 times, like say 1? It's 4. What's 4 times a half? It goes up. What's 4 times 2? It goes up. Everything just gets stretched upwards. It goes up a lot faster. That's not a V, by the way, but it goes up a lot faster, but that's stretching. So this translation is called, let's see, stretch up 3, or vertical, or in the y-axis. You get, I guess you wouldn't, up would be the last one you'd use. Maybe a y-axis would be the best one to use there. So again, we've started with x squared, we've got all the way to this now. Last thing is just a minus 8. So what does that look like from this? Taking 8 away, so let's see, what's 0 minus 8? We just go down here, minus 8 and 3. We just get down to here. Let's imagine this number is 1. What's 1 minus 8? Just goes down to minus 7. Everything just goes down 8. Everything goes down 8. And we just get this sharp upwards thing like that. And let's see, that was 4x minus 3 squared minus 8. And this last one, this one is just a translation. Down 8, or you could say that as 0 minus 8. Translation like this. And that's the answer to 2. You can do a few of these in different orders, but just be a little careful. For example, you don't want to move down the y-axis, this last part. You don't want to move away from the y-axis before you do the multiply. Because what multiply does is it multiplies away from the axis. So for example, if I move this one down first, or even the very first one down first, we'd be down to minus 8, and then we'd end up multiplying it by 4, and we'd end up down 32. And that's interesting because if you look at the numbers, that'd be like moving this bracket to here. The 4 would end up multiplying the 8. So you have to be careful when you do things in moving as well as in multiply, and they are in fact related. So a few ways you could have multiplied, anywhere. You could multiply anywhere once it was before doing this guy here. So you could have done it first, you could have multiplied it first, this would have just got sharper up. Then you could move it, you could even move it in one go. You could move it right 3 and down 8 by doing 3 minus 8. So you can move it all in one go, once you did it after the multiply. And that's full marks once you do all those steps in the correct order. If you have any follow-up questions for that, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.